Yo, what is up guys? This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Mall channel, your source for on point and no hype reviews. We are back again, everybody. We're back with another fragrance review right here, guys. And today we're back at the house of Tom Ford, guys. Yes, Tom Ford. I do review Tom Ford. And today I will be giving you guys a no hype review on the latest release, a parfum concentration of one of their most well-beloved fragrances for the spring and summer, especially summer. So I can't wait to tell you guys all about it. There's a lot of feedback out there. We will address it. Let's go. Now, before I continue, please do not forget to like and subscribe, guys, okay? Liking, subscribing, and watching the ads is a great big deal to this channel, especially that we are headed towards 23,000 subscribers. We're halfway, I believe. So please continue all your support, guys. Enjoy over 700 no hype videos. We've got a lot of them, a lot of new ones recently. So just enjoy the channel. Thank you so much for your support. And the fragrance that I will be talking about today, guys, is none other than the latest Tom Ford for 2024. This is none other than Tom Ford Neroli Portofino Parfum. Yes, Tom Ford Neroli Portofino Parfum. This fragrance right here, I mean, at least this sample that I got from Scent Split is the most expensive sample that I've gotten, like, from Scent Split, guys. And wow, this is a very expensive sample. I've tested it to death for you guys. I'm on the last few sprays because I really want to give you guys a total, no hype review for this fragrance, given that it does have a lot of feedback, good and bad. Now, Neroli Portofino Parfum. This is the parfum concentration of the well-known Neroli Portofino. And really, this is a well-beloved spring-summer fragrance from Tom Ford because it's Neroli A, and then the concept is about Portofino, which is a holiday destination, a fishing village in Italy, holiday destination during the summer, guys. And combine that together, you've got the loveliness of Neroli, a white floral that has orangey smells and some green bitterness here. That's what Neroli is, plus a holiday type of perfume on concept. You've got a really great combination, easy to understand type of perfume with Neroli Portofino. Now, parfum concentrations get me excited when they make a flanker of the original in parfum concentration, because normally, number one, when it comes to parfum concentrations, these things become deeper, richer, kind of thicker in how they are, how the fragrance is made. There's a lot more body. And then secondly, on the parfum concentrations, the performance is supposed to be better. All right. So that got me excited about this. I mean, I really smelled the original way back. And so I was like, oh, this is a 2024 kind of like maybe improvement to that, because some people are fretting about the original EDP's performance. All right. And they think it's absolutely dismal. They also think that this one has dismal performance, guys, and I will address that on this fragrance review. Can't wait to tell you all about it. Let's go spray this thing right now. Last sprays. Okay, guys, now let's talk about this fragrance right here, the latest 2024 release from Tom Ford for spring and summer. This is the parfum concentration, Neroli Portofino Parfum. Now, this opening, guys, unmistakably, what a nice opening. You can see that in my reaction. Very easy to understand type of opening. And right here in the opening, you're going to get double concentration Neroli. That's right, double concentration Neroli. You're going to get lemon, you're going to get bergamot, you're going to get blood orange. And what can I say? It's a lovely intro, all right? This is what, made the original really popular, in my opinion, guys. And you've got a nice outdoorsy, like, holiday recreation. It's almost like I got transported back to Portofino or the Amalfi Coast, because you've got this beautiful double concentrated Neroli. And like I said, Neroli is a white floral with orangey facets. There's a nice freshness to it, but at the same time, it does have bitter green elements that make it very natural smelling. And you do get loads of that in the opening of this fragrance. Now, one thing I do want to bring up about this fragrance is the citruses that go alongside this very powerful and impactful Neroli, double concentrated Neroli blast. And that is your lemon and bergamot. Now, some people have said in previous iterations of this fragrance that it smells like lemon cleaner. All right. I will say this, that the lemon and bergamot here are crisp. They're clean. They're almost like subdued. They're not like strong lemony blasts, but they are kind of like gent scent modifiers in the intro of this fragrance. And they do, I would say, help in creating somewhat of a cologne accord here that is not super lemony or super citrusy, guys. All right. At the end of the day, the spotlight will still be on that white floral neroli. These are just supporting actors. All right. The citruses are supporting actors in this neroli outdoorsy holiday vacation intro. Again, very, very likable. And the strength of the intro is pretty strong for now. But I think that this will be a love at first sniff for a lot of people that will smell this. Now, what's really interesting to me, even on paper when I saw this, is the appearance of another note here in the opening, which is blood orange, guys. And if you've been watching my previous videos, you know that blood orange is kind of like an orange that is not really a spring, summer, bright type of orange. It's not a vibrant type of orange, although they do describe it as a vibrant orange here. Blood orange is, to me, really kind of like a curved note that signals the start of a fragrance going into a sensual, gradient, sunsetty direction, guys. And it's very different from mandarin, for example. And they have blood orange here. Now, what does the blood orange do here? The blood orange here, although it is third place in strength, all right, it's very subliminal. It does add a sensual factor, a gradient sensual factor in the intro of this fragrance. So I would say that the blood orange is the parfum modifier if you're looking for one, because you are going to get, like I said, neroli at the top, really at its strongest. You have the clean citruses secondary, and then you have somewhat of a sensual gradient of blood orange third place in the opening of this fragrance. Now, as I've said, to me, this intro is really the best part of the fragrance. It is the best part of the fragrance, sadly. But I really feel like Tom Ford put in all their money and bet on the beginning part of this fragrance being an impactful neroli citrus type of opening that would start as basically a classy, outdoorsy holiday perfume that will transport you in Italy, like I said. And again, it can be a love at first sniff for a lot of people that will try this for the first time. All right. And I don't know how you guys use this fragrance. I know it's kind of like a blur. Some people are saying it's like a casual grab. Some people are saying they use it for work. I think that's totally fine either way. But to me, this is more of like a transportative perfume. All right, this is one that, because there's a lot of really fresh perfumes out there. There's a lot of cologne accord perfumes out there that I've already like reviewed. And there's a lot of citrus lemony perfumes out there as well. But this one specifically, having that kind of neroli, guys, will put you in vacay mode. This is the type of perfume I would really bring on a classy, expensive summertime vacation, Monaco, Italy, European vacation. This is something I would bring because this matches the occasion perfectly, guys. All right. But like I said, I mean, if we're talking about other usages of this perfume, there are other perfumes that can make it happen as well. Okay, now let's talk about the mid of this fragrance. The mid notes actually begin as early as 20 to 30 minutes into this fragrance, guys. And I would say that there is still some neroli that goes into the mid because it's double concentrated. But the star of the show for the mid is Jasmine Sambac. Okay, Jasmine Sambac. And I mean, I didn't know. I only knew recently when I smelled this and I said, man, this one smells like sampaguita, all right, which is the national flower of the Philippines. It's a very common flower that's all around houses, and sometimes we use that as we adorn religious statues with sampaguita, and we're very familiar with that white floral smell. And definitely I got to smell that sampaguita. It's a fresh white jasmine style smell. So right here in the mid, it's Jasmine Sambac, the white floral, as really the strongest one, the spotlight here that shares it with Neroli, guys. And it's a white floral medley indeed, guys. Now, smelling Jasmine Sambac, this actually to me puts this fragrance in unisex territory. All right, I know that Neroli Portofino, there are a lot of guys that wear this, and that makes sense. The intro of this is very kind of like gent scent, outdoorsy vacation, like I said. But like this mid right here with a Jasmine Sambac pulls it unisex. It makes me think that, hey, maybe women can actually wear this because of the stronger Jasmine Sambac combination. And for the guys that are worried about that, this fragrance also does have a slight clary sage note, which is kind of like your masculine aromatic modifier. All right, there's some slight clary sage here. I mean, it really depends on what your nose picks up. Like the first few times I wore this, I was like, oh, Jasmine Sambac right here as the strongest. But then as it went on, I was like, oh, I can really smell kind of like that clary sage as the masculine balancer right here. But either way, guys, it's fresh, it's natural smelling white florals, guys, from the beginning to the mid, guys. And so again, outdoorsy vacation, what can I say? This is really nice. Okay, now let's talk about sillage and projection of this fragrance. All right, now let me tell you this, guys, that this fragrance is at its strongest for 3 hours. All right, 3 hours is really for me the strongest part of this fragrance, and really the beginning part. And I'm only spraying like 7 right here. I can't imagine like big bottle, big sprayer, maybe more sprays. But the actual initial sillage is quite strong. All right, that double concentrated spotlight on the Neroli will definitely happen. And again, the citruses here are kind of like relaxing type of citruses. It's very meditative, but the blast is going to be the white florals. So to me, this one is a nice lingering scent. For the wearer, it's going to be consistent for 3 hours, guys. And it is quite powerful. More powerful, I would say, than, you know, what some people are saying about this fragrance. All right, to me it is nice, it's powerful, and especially if you go outside, definitely with the wind hitting you, I feel like it will affect the projection of this fragrance being stronger. Okay, now let's head into the dry down of this fragrance, guys. But before I go into the dry down, I'm gonna address one of the most common things people have said about this fragrance, which is the performance lasting only up to 2 hours. Now, as you guys know, if you've been following my fair and square reviews, I am a non-believer of this, okay? I think that's impossible, that a fragrance would last only 2 hours, especially a new release parfum concentration. But I will say this, that to kind of sort of justify what other people are smelling, they are smelling that strongest part basically. And maybe they were expecting that that strongest part would keep going on and on and on. Okay, and for some people, maybe that's 2 hours. They're not on the clock. When I review these fragrances, it's usually on my day off and I'm on the clock. And for me, strongest part is 3 hours, okay? And maybe they kind of expected that stronger 3 hour part to be even stronger. And one of the notes that's in the mid that's actually kind of like a bridge into the dry down is Pittosporum, okay? Which is kind of like an orange blossom jasmine combination white floral. And to me, this one, the Pittosporum, hopefully I said that correctly, mimics the same thing that the blood orange did in the beginning. Blood orange, orange blossom type of smell. And it's like a here and there gradient type of note. And this Pittosporum, in my opinion, happens towards the end of the mid. It is the bridge note into the dry down. Like I said, 5 hours in. You can still smell the white florals, but like I said, the strongest is 3. But the mid lasts all the way up to 5. Now, after 5, guys, you have the following notes. You have Silcolide, you have Musk, and you have Amber. All right. Now, the interesting thing right here, guys, first thing I'll tackle is Amber. And the Amber actually happens right after that Pittosporum, that orange blossom type of bridge note. And the thing that surprised me was that the Amber was the same thing. It was like a here and there, like gradient type of modifier, kind of like the blood orange and the Pittosporum. The Amber is not really a thick honeyed amber, kind of like a fall winter type of amber. And that makes sense because, hey, this is a summery perfume. So I would say that the Amber is very faint here, happens kind of like in the beginning of the dry down. But the rest of the dry down is going to be watery musks. All right, without a doubt. Silk Collide, whatever you want to say, that thing is basically watery musks. And it is a faint type of watery musk. Maybe other people can smell it stronger than you. That's kind of like what musk does. But to me, this is why a lot of people say this doesn't last so long. I don't know what it is. I don't know why these perfumers think about fragrances and they want to end it at just watery musks. I really think even if this is a summery perfume, that's really not the best way to end it, because these things are kind of faint. They're almost subliminal. And for those that are expecting a sensational burst, such as the intro to mid of this fragrance, you really get a nice wake up here once you spray this fragrance. You don't really get that at all. It's really like a snoozy, sleepy dry down with these watery musks. And same thing happened with Coriander 39. Started off with a gin tonic cologne accord, and then here we have it right here. Some watery musks and some amber, sort of, but the amber, like I said, is here and there. They could have increased the amber to create more body at least, so it feels like the dry down continues through and through. And with all that being said, guys, with the musk being a flowy, faint musk, watery musks right here on the ending with barely any body, total performance, guys, is 8 hours. All right, it's not 2, it's 8. All right, which means that's kind of decent, although, like I said, the sensation that you'll get in the beginning will go away pretty much when the musks come in. And I believe that they put the musks in, only the musks, as the strongest part, because it's a summery perfume with a slight parfum modifier gradient. So, they're not going to make it like a gradient fall winter type of ending, guys. All right. With that being said, this is still pretty nice as a holiday type of perfume. I would put this right at the top of holiday perfumes because, again, very transportative elements here from Neroli Portofino Parfum. Can't say nothing about that first 3 hours. It's really wonderful. And obviously, this will be a hit for those that are looking for such perfume. All right. Because, like I said, I can't say nothing about the intro. It is actually a strong burst of double concentrated Neroli, crisp citruses. Again, this is transportative, and it took me back to my vacation in Italy. So there are a lot of people that are looking for these types of perfumes. And I think that if you went to a boutique and if you tried it, although you don't know that it's going to be kind of like weaker towards the end, okay, as you spray it, you're going to get 3 hours of strong performance from that Neroli crisp citrus white floral situation right there. And so I believe that this still will sell, all right, because of that. But like I said, I mean, past hour 5, it's kind of lackluster with just watery musks towards the end and a very here and there amber. And to me, the price of this fragrance, guys, is just preposterous, all right? It's just insane. And it's insane because it's $400 for 50 ml. And as you guys know, I hate 50 ml concentrations for full bottle, all right? To me, if you like something so bad, get 100 ml because it's kind of like the product of your testing and trying and the way that the perfume speaks to you, all right? It's that important that you are willing to get 100 ml of this fragrance. So with that being said, this is not really worth that in my opinion. And I can't wait for clone companies to clone this. I want to see what happens there. If this stuff is really clonable to a better performance ratio. But to me, that's pretty expensive. But the thing is, I have a lot of wealthy friends, and when I talk about them about perfumes, they actually don't know Fragcom. They're not into this whole thing of continuously buying perfumes. But here's what they say. I love Creed. I love Tom Ford. All right. And in their world, that's the only thing that really exists. And guess what? They can afford these things. Buying a $400 50 ml to them is kind of like us buying a clone. All right. Like, it's no big deal. And so I really feel like this fragrance was also meant for those buying this straight up at the boutiques or at the Tom Ford stores. You go in, you try it. Again, strong Neroli intro. So you're going to get captivated, much like us that are continuously hoping for a better Neroli Portofino. You will get captivated. You will enjoy 3 hours of that initial performance. And so there is a high chance that people with money will buy this thing. All right, we'll just cop it out of the bat. But then we'll we'll realize later on, like, hey, that was it, you know? Like at the 5-hour mark, that was it. So yeah, I don't really think that this is worth $400 for 50 ml. I really know that I think I spent like 40 bucks on this little itty bitty sample. That's how crazy it was. I'm glad that this channel is somehow making me money because this isn't as painful. You know what I'm saying? But like literally, I think $400 for 50 ml of this type of fragrance is insanity. But hey, whatever. If you have the money, go buy it, you know, no problem. And that is it. That is my no hype review on this fragrance right here, the latest 2024 release from Tom Ford Neroli Portofino Parfum. Let me know in the comments below what y'all think of this fragrance. If you have tried it, if you blind bought it, oh God, I hope you guys didn't. But you know, there's a lot of Tom Ford fans out there, and I wouldn't be shocked if a lot of y'all actually did. All right, again, this is still nice to a degree, guys. All right, so let me know in the comments below what y'all think of this fragrance. Should I actually compare this with the OG and Neroli Portofino Forte at some point? If you want me to do that, comment below. And again, please do not forget to like and subscribe. I will see you guys on the next video. The next Tom Ford that will come out in this channel is Black Lacquer, which is an unreleased right now, but it is on the way. I will be testing it soon, so if you're a Tom Ford head, get excited. I got that coming up. I'll see you guys on the next video. God bless. Take care. Peace.